Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Under the Wrist Tape. I'm Steven.
I'm Jake.
And this is our Smackdown review show where we review the recent episode of Smackdown. And we like to start off with a little thing called win and fail. So Jake, your win.
My win, not necessarily Daniel Bryan getting the win, but Big Show getting the loss. He doesn't need any momentum. He's a 40-year-old freak of nature, as John Lawrence and Eve pointed it out. Finally, they're telling the truth about this guy.
Yeah.
What is there left for him to do? Nothing. Except for him to get the hell out of there.
He has the Grand Slam, and that's all you really need to accomplish yourself in the WWE.
Exactly.
And he's old enough. He's 40 years old. He's not that great in the ring anymore. He should just hit the high road.
He should just take a backstage role within the company. I mean, mentor the young guys a little. Like, he could mentor Brodus Clay and say, "Hey, you need a whole new gimmick change, man. You can't wrestle. Nobody likes you."
Yeah.
If he actually knew what wrestling fans think of it.
Yeah.
Now, my fail. Michael Cole's commentary in the first match. First of all, he said, "You can't predict the Fatal 4-Way." Yeah, you can. Sheamus wins the Fatal 4-Way. That's a prediction. Then he said, "It's 25% chance, almost impossible." Sheamus won the Royal Rumble. That's 1 in 30. This Sunday, or a week from Sunday, it's 1 in 4. He has a better chance of winning that than he did the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Then he said, "Randy Orton has added the dropkick to his arsenal. He's been using that since his debut. At least do some research for your job."
And probably one of the best drop kicks in the past 10 years of WWE.
Yeah, I mean, he's like 6'2", 240-ish, around there. And he's still an agile wrestler. He's versatile. I mean, he does have his weak moments, but he does have his strong moments, and that dropkick is a pretty good move of his.
Yeah.
Your win fail?
My win has to be the build-up for the Fatal 4-Way match.
Definitely.
Because you go into this match thinking, hey, there's not one person who can't lose this match. All four of them has a decent chance of winning besides Chris Jericho because he's on Raw. But I guess with this whole Super Show thing, I guess he can have a chance.
There's no brands anymore.
Yeah.
Just say Monday Night Wrestling and then Friday Night Wrestling. Simple.
Yeah, but if you look at all four of these individuals, their past WWE history has been excellent. Even with Del Rio, his first year, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, 2 WWE titles.
Exactly.
And with everyone else, they have multiple title wins.
Sheamus won the WWE title in like 2 months of his debut on Raw. Well, he did wrestle on the ECW brand for a while. Randy Orton, 2004, he beat... We all know who he beat back in 2004.
Can't say it.
No. You have to block that out. But yeah, he's been doing well ever since then. Jericho, he's a future Hall of Famer for sure.
Has to be. He's one of the best wrestlers in the past decade.
Past 2 decades, man.
Past 2 decades.
You didn't see much of it in WCW, but if anybody can get those Japan tapes, like John Laurinaitis got, you'll see Chris Jericho wrestling as the Lionheart over in Japan, and he's great.
Yeah. So, like, even last week with the backstage segments and stuff like that, the build-up to it is just excellent. But what I need to see for next week is Randy Orton versus Sheamus, because right now, we're not convinced that they will go at each other in the Fatal 4-Way match.
And then Jericho versus Del Rio.
Yes. So that's what we need to see for next week to make this Fatal 4-Way a perfect match, I think. And my fail has to be the endings for these matches on SmackDown, because we got the first tag team match between Randy Orton, Sheamus. It was a rematch from last week, and Chris Jericho and Del Rio.
Rematch from Raw.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was on Raw. Okay, never mind. So, but it was still a rematch. It was still a decent match. It was aggressive. They had a lot of strikes. We're gonna probably see a pretty aggressive match in the Fatal 4-Way at Over the Limit, but the ending to it was garbage, because the
garbage. What is this, Impact?
No, it was bad, because the referee lost control of the match. But when a person's in the ring who's not the legal man, you give them a 5 count.
Exactly.
He saw them go in the corner right away. He's like, "All right, ring the bell." He didn't even count to 5.
He should bring back Earl Hebner and Jimmy Corderas. They actually knew what they were doing. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the ref's like, I gotta get out of there.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's only a minor detail, but still, those minor details matter.
Exactly.
And that really ticked me off, kind of.
A few weeks ago, the referee made a botch on Raw, and he didn't count fast enough, and Jericho and Big Show match, when Jericho, obviously, he was supposed to be the next guy, supposed to win that, they had to call it on the fly and get Daniel Bryan to win it.
And probably...
Daniel Bryan probably would have run one because he was facing Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, but
they'd have Jericho hold the slot until the Daniel Bryan match, and
yeah,
that's what happened. That's why Jericho is now thrown into this Fatal 4-Way picture.
Wouldn't you think Daniel Bryan would be in the Fatal 4-Way if Jericho didn't, or the ref didn't mess up Jericho's match?
That's a possibility.
Because he was been running for World Heavyweight Champion, even though the Daniel Bryan and CM Punk match would be excellent.
Oh, that's
so I'm kind of glad that the referee messed up.
And Daniel Bryan's on Smackdown and Jericho's on Raw, so you have another point there.
Yeah. There's a couple other matches that that had like an ending I wasn't too fond of, but I'll get to that when we actually review the matches. So we see AJ face Caitlyn. She was the most aggressive I've ever seen. She started off with punching her, and actually ended the match with a running knee to the face.
Daniel Bryan rubbed off on AJ.
Yeah.
Simple as that. William Regal, Daniel Bryan's trainer, is known for the running knee, as he calls the knee trembler. I guess Daniel Bryan uses the running knee quite a bit in his offense, doing the running knee off the apron. Now AJ's using the running knee right to the face, 1, 2, 3, and then after the match she went back on there. Started pounding the crap out of her again. Daniel Bryan comes out. I love this new passion you found. And then he teases her. It's like, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
Move on to Caitlyn.
Oh, I thought that was excellent.
Daniel Bryan's a ladies' man now.
Oh, but apparently Cole said he never had a girlfriend before.
Well, that was a few months ago.
Even though he was with Gail Kim, the Bella twins, and every other diva that was probably in the locker room.
Yeah, probably.
But, I don't know. What do you see AJ doing with Daniel Bryan? Because she seems pretty pissed now at Daniel Bryan, where before she was like in love with him, but now she seems pretty mad at him now because you even saw her facial expressions after Daniel Bryan said to her, "Oh, moving on to Caitlyn."
I'd love to see some sort of slap or attack. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they might be putting AJ back down to FCW soon. Yeah.
But I know has been bringing this up a lot the past couple of matches. Do you see her interfering within the CM Punk and Daniel Bryan match?
Maybe. Depends if Caitlyn and Daniel Bryan do something next week, then I see her interfering on behalf of CM Punk. If nothing happens between...
Yeah, I see her only interfering if Daniel Bryan brings Caitlyn to the ring.
Yeah.
Against CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. I do not want that to happen. I want CM Punk and Daniel Bryan just to have a match by himself.
It would be pretty funny to see a love triangle between the three of them.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan's got both of them all wrapped up. They're fighting over him.
Yeah.
That'd give even more Daniel Bryan more things to cheer about.
Yeah. So we move on to your so-called nickname for this guy, Brodus Piss Break Clay. But at least I guess they've been watching Under the Wrist Tape because what you said last week came true.
Yep. I said, well, why are we talking about Brodus Clay? This one's Heath Slater and Ryback.
Oh yeah, my bad. So we see Ryback. My bad, guys.
I said I wanted Heath Slater or Ryback to end Heath Slater's career. They put him in the ring this match. He hits a move of Booker T calls a power slam from hell. And he connects with a lariat. Then he hits his fisherman Samoan, whatever the hell you want to call it. Another easy win for Ryback. We need to see him face more established talent. Yeah. Don't be afraid to use one of your mid-carders to put over a new guy instead of just jobbers and local talent.
Well, like I said, past couple of episodes, he's going to gradually move up from like local talent and NXT, and now he's at the low card of like SmackDown and Raw, and probably next week he'll probably face a mid-carder and then gradually upgrade. But when I saw Heath Slater, I'm like, this guy still has a job. Alright, job to Ryback. There you go. But yeah, he's decimated him just like he's done with everyone else, but who doesn't decimate Heath Slater?
Exactly. Speaking about decimating and decimating our eyes, now we're going to move on to Brodus Clay.
There you go, now Brodus Clay.
He had a match against Hunico. Well, before Hunico and Camacho attacked him. Or was it Hunico and Camacho?
Yeah, it was Hunico and Camacho attacked him before the match. Would you think he would be a little bit dazed out?
But no, he Hogan'd it.
Yeah, no-sold it. Got pumped up. Like I said, he's looking more and more like Hulk Hogan every week.
And then he's adding the Ultimate Warrior effect because he just does a giant splash on everybody. I mean, Ultimate Warrior was like 260. He was a mid-sized guy. him winning with a big splash every match. And I was like,
Yeah.
come on. But I guess back then they had to water it down. They weren't as innovative. Just, I guess the Gorilla Press Slam was enough to finish him off the big splash. Now they got Brodus Clay just doing a running big splash. He just falls on people. Splat, and that's victory.
Well, as you can tell by the amount of fat on his body, that would probably do a little bit of damage.
Probably got bigger boobs than Karma. Now we're going to move on to R-Truth with Kofi Kingston and Lil Jimmy against Jack Swagger, who was accompanied by Dolph Ziggler and Miss Piggy. Vicky Guerrero, sorry, my bad. What did you think of this match?
I thought it was a pretty decent match. Probably the second, or I don't know, within the top 3 best matches of the night. The tiny details, like I said before, we see Epico and Primo backstage again with Abraham Washington.
Scouting out their competition.
Yeah, hopefully.
I like that idea.
Yeah, Abraham Washington's giving them some tips. They're going to say his faults on each tag team, so maybe they can use that for advantage in the upcoming matches. But
Exactly.
the match itself, I thought was really well. In the ending of the match, we saw interferences between the two, which I want to bring up. I don't know if I should bring it up now, because that'll spoil our later matches. I'll bring it up when we talk about the Randy Orton match with
Alberto Del Rio?
Alberto Del Rio, so I'll get back to this match a little bit. But the match itself was really well. It was fast-paced. Jack Swagger did pretty well for himself, even though he had to lose to Kofi Kingston.
One of my favorite lines of the match was when R-Truth was doing his dancing leg drop, and Booker T said, I think it was, T-drop action, you about to hit that boy at the rocket. Booker T, it's like he just talks, he doesn't think, but it ends so well each time.
Like, he's not there to, like, tell you, like, the professional side of, like, wrestling.
Yeah,
he's there to make you laugh,
He's Michael Cole, yeah.
He makes me laugh.
He's a better color commentator than Jerry Lawler, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler just
Lawler slowly...
Loves John Cena.
Loves Cena, loves the Divas. It's
that's
just stupid.
And it just gets repetitive, especially hearing him commentate for so long and saying the same things and stuff like that.
Exactly, and it's digressed. You never hear him say puppies anymore.
Yeah. So the match itself was pretty good. I love the finish. I love how they sort of did the Little Jimmy in Paradise.
As we were talking about, yeah. The Trouble in Paradise, then into the Little Jimmy. But I think Kofi Kingston hitting down on the outside while Jack Swagger was in the ring, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So we see Sandow make a little bit of an interview with Matt Striker. Matt Striker is apparently a teacher, you know, with his past gimmick. And Matt Striker didn't have no idea what he was saying, which I thought was excellent because it shows that Sandow's intellectual level is far superior than everyone else in WWE.
Exactly. Sandow, this intelligent heel thing, I don't want to see him wrestle for another week or two. I want to see him keep doing these promos, maybe a little longer. And then I love how he said, this interview is now over. And then he says, before Matt Striker can say anything, you're welcome.
Yeah, and Matt Striker didn't have any idea what was going on.
No. Striker was completely dumbfounded. He's like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah. Yeah, we both think it was great. And like I said, yeah, I agree with you. He should talk for a little bit more, and then gradually probably wrestle within the next coming weeks. I don't want to see him wrestle until after Over the Limit.
Yeah. Save some more new blood for them.
Because, you know, how many guys can you push at once, you know?
Exactly.
You got Ryback, Lord Tensai, Brodus Clay, Cesaro now that you're pushing, and now you're going to push Sandow, which is 5 guys that you're going to have win every week.
And then they also have Dean Ambrose killing it on the house shows.
Oh yeah, and then, speaking of Dean Ambrose, he had a match with I can't remember now, but he lost by disqualification because
he exposed the turnbuckle.
Do you remember who his opponent was?
No, but then again, good heel action by Ambrose. I'm so psyched for this guy to debut on television. But if you can watch it, watch FCW on YouTube. You'll see this guy, you'll fall in love with him. So,
speaking of upcoming talent, one that I am personally looking forward to see more of is Cesaro.
Cesaro in a match this week, yay!
We don't see him getting applied body oil, which was great. The match itself was actually pretty good.
For Alex Riley, yeah.
No, I actually think Alex Riley can be a decent wrestler, but I just think
the opportunity
with his DUI that he had and probably backstage heat, he he went down in the card, because for a while he was facing The Miz, and he was doing well against him, but then he just went back down. But I actually think Alex Riley has a good, like, arsenal.
He's got potential.
Of moves set. I love his spine buster. I think it's one of the, he can really perform it well. I think it's one of the best spine busters we've seen in a while.
Up there with Triple H?
Yeah, I can even say it's up there with Triple H. Watch it. Like, go on YouTube and search up Alex Riley's spine buster. It's pretty good.
Anyways, in this match, Antonio Cesaro had a variety of offense. He had that running big boot in the corner. He had a stiff kick to the back. Hit a nice European uppercut, a nice headbutt. Locked in a double underhook for quite a while. When Riley went for the spine buster, Cesaro grabbed his ear.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then he hit the cradled face-first pile driver. I believe he calls it the Gotch-style neutralizer. And winning the match. And then before the match, Teddy Long, his name tag, was hysterical. Then Michael Cole said his best line on the night. "Hello, my name is Teddy."
Yeah.
That was Michael Cole's best line. Shouldn't have said anything else. But yeah, Teddy Long doing the introduction, I thought that was hilarious. The rugby baller, shot caller, the Swiss sensation, his opponent's fright, Noxana's delight. I know I got it mixed up. I'm sorry, but anyways, it was an awesome introduction. It was a good match to watch. After the match, it was pretty fun too. So
yeah, you're talking about how Cesaro grabbed his ear. But the commentators would say, "Oh, that's the veteran side of people. They know what they're doing and stuff like that." You know,
well, Cesaro is a veteran.
I know. I was going to say he's been on the independent circuit and he has the experience. Now that he's bringing it to the WWE, you can see, oh, these indie guys are actually pretty good. We should bring them in instead of just freaking 300-pound guys that can't really wrestle.
Oh, you got kicked out of a bodybuilding competition? Here, we got an idea for you.
Yeah, but
come to WWE.
They are finally realizing it. Oh, these guys who are like 200 pounds, 220. They can actually wrestle.
Exactly. Good job, WWE. You're finally starting to get it together.
Yeah, so now they bring in some more tag team matches. They're finally getting the tag team division going. We saw a lot of tag team matches today, last night anyways.
In the past few weeks, they've been upping the frequency of tag team matches.
So then we saw Santino Marella, who I think has made the U.S. title the most irrelevant it has been in a while.
Unfortunately.
And with Zack Ryder, and then they face the new upcoming tag teams of Darren Young and Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, biased black guys, gotta love those guys.
Oh yeah.
Titus and Darren, they're pretty fun to watch, I must say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like their cocky gimmick. And then after the match, millions and millions and millions and millions and
then they got into billions.
Yeah.
Pretty sure none of those guys are making billions, but
yeah, they're not too bad of a tag team. They're a better tag team than Marella and Ryder.
I actually want to bring up something. You know how they had a new tag team finishing move where Titus O'Neil got I think it was Ryder, right? It was Ryder.
One of them.
Whoever lost the match for them, Ryder into a backbreaker, and then Darren Young went off the ropes into like a kind of like a lariat.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
That was a new tag team finishing move, but I want to bring
I guess
up.
Tatsu got pissed off a few weeks ago. It's like they nearly killed me with a powerbomb lariat combo.
What happened? You know that the Goldust recently got released, right?
Right.
What I looked up online, one of the reasons why he's got released is because he made up that spot of that powerbomb thing, and they basically blamed Goldust for them botching the move.
Well, whoever is executing the powerbomb has to have an idea of when Buddy's coming off the rope with the lariat.
Yeah, I know. But I don't see how that's fair to Goldust for him to take the blame for their botch.
Exactly.
And that's why they have a new tag team finishing move. If they could perform that move like they did, like, crisply, then I think it would be excellent. But unfortunately, they can't. But they're probably going to be up-and-comers in the tag team division, and they are pretty good. I've seen them in NXT for the past year, because that season's been going on forever.
Yeah, NXT Redemption. When are we going to redeem themselves? Who's going to win this thing?
Well, I guess they're not coming back for another NXT season, because that was the whole point. Whoever won the
Redemption.
Put
FCW on television!
Yeah, you know, like I said to you off camera, they should have the low carders and the FCW roster and NXT roster, I guess, mixed together in one show.
Exactly.
So,
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So, now going back to the Fatal 4-Way build-up. We see, in the tag team match, like I said, it was a crappy ending. And then
broke
Eve,
down, but it got split into 2 main events.
Yeah.
I like the double main event idea.
Yeah, Eve said on Twitter it's going to be Randy Orton and Del Rio and Sheamus and Y2J, or Chris Jericho. So the Randy Orton and Del Rio match was actually alright.
Bit of a odd ending.
Yeah, like I said, it's another crap ending, like was part of my fail when I saw Ricardo going up for another crossbody.
He's
yeah,
flying.
I'm like, oh yeah,
Like
awesome. Because I thought he was going to get disqualified by Ricardo hitting the crossbody on RKO. I mean, hitting a crossbody on Randy Orton, which is his initials. I guess that was an alright to
Randall
say.
Keith Orton.
Yeah, but Randy Orton countered it into an RKO, but then Del Rio got disqualified. I don't understand that because in the...
Maybe the ref thought it was a diving headbutt.
Yeah, but what I don't understand, which I'm going to bring up from the R-Truth and Jack Swagger match, is that R-Truth hit... no.
Kofi.
Yeah, no. Kofi Kingston hit Jack Swagger. No. It was... Kofi Kingston hit Dolph Ziggler or something like that, right?
Yeah, but if Kofi hits Dolph Ziggler, neither of those guys were involved in
No,
the match.
R-Truth hit Dolph Ziggler. So shouldn't that been a disqualification because of what happened in Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio?
That's true, but I guess he just voluntarily went out there and hit him, so I guess not really. But when I think it's because Rodriguez was in the ring, and there's action apparently, so...
that still doesn't make sense.
It's just really messed up. It's hypocritical refereeing.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to get their act together.
They could have put the endings of the matches a lot better.
What's wrong with the clean finish?
Yeah, I know. Oh, Randy Orton can't lose.
Alright, now let's move on to the next one. Sheamus versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah, so the last match of the night was Sheamus and Chris Jericho. I thought it was alright. And like we said before, Super Sheamus. But he's even in the tag team matches recently, and even against Chris Jericho,
He's been showing.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Super Sheamus. We've seen a guy that we can actually enjoy watching.
And isn't just friggin', oh, I can survive anything. Yeah, you're getting your arm ripped off.
Yeah.
I think Y2J is actually going to incorporate some sort of arm submission in over the limit. Maybe a Fujiwara armbar or something. Heck, maybe even a crossface. But
wait, who is the guy that did the crippler crossface? We can't.
The crippler crossface? What's that? I've never heard of the crippler crossface. Anyways, you know what we're referencing. So, yeah, maybe any type of arm submission.
Now, this ending I actually did enjoy. I know it was still like a non-clean finish, but we saw Del Rio attacking Chris Jericho into like the steel steps, and he comes in, and then Sheamus gets on top of him. Randy Orton comes in and throws Sheamus off Del Rio.
Now, he threw Del Rio off Sheamus first when Del Rio was applying the armbar, which I didn't understand, because Sheamus is the World Heavyweight Champion. Why are you coming out and getting Del Rio off Sheamus when he's using an armbar on an injured shoulder?
Oh, okay.
What is it, to protect the integrity of the
match?
Yeah, I know. That was so stupid.
Yeah, so basically...
And anyways, Sheamus goes back, and when Randy Orton's pounding on Del Rio, throws him off.
Yeah, throws him off.
It was just stupid.
And then they try to one-up on each other.
No, then Jericho comes in with a code breaker out of nowhere. Those two are just standing there like, what was that? Orton hits his RKO, and he gets up. Del Rio takes a broad kick, and
then we see nothing between Sheamus and Randy Orton. They just stare at each other.
Exactly, so they gotta put that match in next week to see.
Because I am not convinced that they will go at each other right now.
No.
Because, oh, they're two faces, they can't hit each other.
Exactly.
But I guess that ends the show, and we like to end the show with a thing called Ask the Biased Black Guy. So, Jake?
Biased Black Guy? Who has the best catchphrase currently in the WWE?
Titus O'Neil's, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well, that's Biased Black Guy for you. I'm Steven.
I'm Jake.
And you've been watching Under the Wrist Tape.
Please support Daniel Bryan. Thank you.